The past 1 year has been very interesting for the golfing scene in the world. We've had a number of tournaments that have been organized. And for the purposes of this conversation, you're going to be hearing us mention a lot about the Johnnie Walker as a brand. There's the Road to Glen Eagles tournament that is currently ongoing and is just about to come to an end. So we're going to be talking about that much more. But today I'm joined on the show by one Robert Shigoli, who's the shopper manager for Johnnie Walker. Robert, welcome. Thank you so much for making time to be on the show.
And thank you for having me, Nash. It's a great pleasure to join you.
I always feel so happy when I'm doing an interview and there's a young person on the other side. I kind of feel like it's me on the other side, you know. And I think we were having this conversation just before we started. There's been a lot of crop of young people, you know, in the corporate world. What do you think has contributed to that dynamic?
Yeah, so thank you, Nash. First of all, you're not too bad off yourself. You're equally pretty young. You make me look old. But anyway, for sure, if you look at the dynamics, things have really been a bit fluid in the recent past. So we've seen a lot of young people really, and they're really forming a huge chunk of the consumer that we are getting to see in the recent times. So even as organizations, they've had to be a bit more versatile to be able to understand these increasingly complex consumers. So for you to really be able to speak to Nash, you need to get someone who's like Nash, and they can be able to tell you what Nash is thinking. And I think just a final example, if I compare, I look at my dad and my mother, and I look at the position they go to in 20 years. I really want to do that in 5 years and 3 years. So people are a bit more aggressive, let me say so.
Okay.
Yes.
For somebody like me, I would understand what you do at Johnnie Walker, but for the purposes of people who are probably hearing the word shopper manager for the first time, maybe you can talk to us about what you do at Johnnie Walker and what that entails on a day-to-day basis.
Right. So thank you. So for starters, shopper manager doesn't mean that I shop all day, for sure. It just means that my job is to make sure that the consumer is able to get the experience that Johnnie Walker really promises to them. So I'm the fun guy, the guy to go to for all your nice parties. I'm the guy to go to for all your shopping experiences. So I just basically make sure that Johnnie Walker is represented on the ground the way the brand purposed it to be. So I'm the guy who will give you magical Kenya open experience and wonderful cocktails and such kind of things.
Okay. Yes. I would be interested just to dig deeply into that. I would like to understand how, because if you look at the products that EABL or KBL has, most of them are, when you're looking at them, they sort of like tailored to the situation.
Yes.
And then there are people who say, with regards to your brand, there are people who say, me, I only take Tusker, you know, me, I only take gin, you get, me, I only take this. So what sort of like informs that kind of building of such products toward such specific markets?
Thank you, Nash. And I think you should join us pretty soon, because what you're actually speaking to is validating our research. We actually call them occasions, right? So occasions really means that Nash does not have same days across the week. There's that one day you just want to go and hang out alone, have a polite one as you go home. There's that one day where you want to hang out with your friends. There's that one day where you've gotten a promotion and you want to show your people that, yes, I have my life in control. So for all those occasions, we have different drinks really to be able to speak to such kind of occasions. And how we try to pair up occasions and the drinks that we have. So we try to either tailor make our communication, or we try to encourage you, Johnnie Walker best served in this and this particular manner, to just basically encourage you to bring out your best self and enjoy. It's all about having a good time. We celebrate life every day, everywhere, Nash.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking about your brand, Johnnie Walker, let me say from late last year, you've been very active in the golf space.
Yes.
And probably for somebody who's watching for the purpose of what he's going to ask, answer, Johnnie Walker is currently running a series that is the Road to Glen Eagles tournament, where the winners are going to actually go to Scotland,
Yes.
Going to play in the prestigious golf course over there. So maybe what has inspired, you know, Johnnie Walker as a brand to delve deeply directly into the golfing space, you know?
Fantastic. So I'm glad you mentioned golf. So anytime anybody mentions golf, even to me, affected myself, I always try to think of my rich uncle, my rich auntie, and how best this is like a game for the reserve few. And that's the myth we are really trying to dispel, that yes, guys, this was a past, but right now we are just trying to make golf accessible to everyone. So we are telling every other young guy, every other young or old, you can really play golf, and it's a very nice sport that you can indulge in. And as Johnnie Walker, we are very keen in this sport because we feel like it has a lot of uncharted territories, if I may say so. And we just need to dispel that myth for sure. And if I just look at an example of what the brand has been able to do so far, we've been able to partner up with very solid series. You've mentioned the Glen Eagles. We also have the magical Kenya Open that is coming up, and we are just trying to provide a platform for everybody to see that with all our steady partners.
Okay.
Yes.
Just before we get into the Kenya Magical Open, there's a point there that you've mentioned,
Yes.
and it regards to young people participating more into golf right now.
Golf.
I think for the longest time, even myself, the perception that I had was golf is a game for, you know, people who are probably either retired or on their way to retiring.
Yes.
Maybe you can talk to us what you as a brand are doing to change that perception, because we've seen a lot of young people getting into the golf space in Kenya.
In Kenya.
Yeah.
So what we are trying to do is that, first of all, we are trying to create a lot of sensitization, around golf. So a lot of information we really put out is, of course, where can you play, where we will be, and more often than not, we always try to be available in all these places. And for our target consumer, being very aware of our communication, they'll always tag them in as well. And the other thing the brand is trying to do is, where possible, we are even coming up with sponsorships and what have you, to just basically give back to the community in the manner that we know best. So with sponsorship, you'll find that a good chunk of either the experience that you are getting, at least you're able to access it in a very subsidized manner. So we are telling you, come to this particular golf club, come, let's have fun, let's have a good time. And it doesn't really have to bust your bank, but everybody can really have a good time. And you know, the reason as to why Johnnie Walker is very particular about sports and golf in particular is really the, let me call them the tenets it really stands for. There's a lot of teamwork, there's a lot of discipline, there's a lot of passion, and those are the things that we just want to make sure we bring out of our consumers in wherever we partner with for golf. Yes.
Interesting thing you mentioned there, sports and alcohol. There's always that conflict in terms of people look at them on the extreme to the other side, like there are some things you can't do when you've taken alcohol. So maybe you can talk about what you as a brand are doing, because alcohol, as you usually say, it's good when it's consumed in certain levels. And so maybe what you guys are doing to ensure that there is responsible drinking, and alcohol is not only seen as a negative, so to speak.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think I wouldn't want my boss to see me leaving Nash without mentioning that bit, because that's one of the key fundamentals that we're doing as a company. And part of the things that we are doing is that, yes, we are saying that you've mentioned both of them are like on very radical ends, but then you realize that even as sport, you cannot really get the encouragement and the passion to forge on when you don't have spectators, when you don't have revelers. So we are saying, yes, these revelers can really come in and have a good time with the alcohol, but then again, as a company, we are always working for responsible drinking, and we always push out communication. We always have maybe a tent to basically just be able to speak to Nash, tell them, you need to drink responsibly. Here's some water for you. Here are some fun games to just basically give you an alternative way to have fun as well. And we continuously push the message of drink better, not more. So you can have a good time in moderation. We still need you tomorrow. And yes, that pushes for better collaboration.
Okay. As a brand, you've been involved in golf. You have a football team which is doing well in the Kenya Premier League. Maybe any future prospects of you as a brand getting into the sporting scene in Kenya?
Yes, and As you are well aware, we've just, I don't know how many friends that you have that are 100 years old, Nash.
Yeah.
I will guess maybe none, but consider KBL one of your friends that is over 100 years. And we've always really pushed for partnership in sports and such progressive arenas. So what we are doing right now, we gave out a few months ago, we gave out a promise to really support diversity and inclusion. So we went out and supported the Magical Kenya Ladies Open. It was very successful, really gave the ladies a platform to express themselves. Now we are coming to Magical Kenya Open, and this is just one amongst the many future fruitful partnerships that we are going to have. So our promise is still on. I think they say surprise is best kept secret, right?
Yeah.
But yes, it's just our commitment, and I know maybe years down the line you'll be able to hold us onto it.
Okay. Interesting you mentioned Kenya Magical Open. Let's delve into the matter of the day. I know we've taken forever to get into this. Yeah. So I would like to understand the extent of involvement in this year's tournament. I know the sporting scene in the world and even in the corporate world, we're just getting out of the whole COVID situation, which brought a lot of losses, by the way. Yeah. So I'd like to understand the extent of partnership for the Kenya Magical Open, what experience Johnnie Walker is going to bring to this year's tournament.
Amazing. If money was anything to mention, and I hope it can really show our commitment to the cause. So we've gotten a very pleasant and excellent opportunity to showcase ourselves as the main beverage sponsors, and we are really glad to do that. We've gotten a sponsorship to the tune of 69.5 million, and through this we are just basically trying to really make sure that this event is showcased in the manner that it is, and we are able to give people an experience that they need landed. And now I think what's very important to us is that probably a good chunk of the people that we expect to really join us are not even avid golfers per se. So we are saying, please just come over, you'll have so much to learn about golf, and in the same speed you'll actually have a good time. And think of your best favorite artists are really going to be around. You'll have like your proper drink experience from your favorite and one and only whiskey. Imagine 200 years and above just for you. So you need to be here.
Okay. I want you to sell. There's somebody who's going to be watching this and doesn't know why he needs to be here. Why do they need to be here now that the Johnnie Walker experience is going to be here?
So so the thing about sports is that it always gives you some calm and some really good opportunity to unwind and really feel yourself. So think about your weekend on a golf course, having a good time, chatting with good friends, sipping on your favorite drink, and really getting to hear from your favorite artist. I mean, what better way to enjoy your weekend? You will have to probably incur those costs 5 different times, but now we are offering to plug all these experience in one. And I think some of the best talents in Kenya are going to be there. Let me just sell to the entertainment bit, because I feel like Nash and everybody else who say that they don't play golf.
I saw the roster. I saw the roster and I was sold.
You are sold.
Yeah, I was sold. I was like, I have to be here for the
yes. All those big artists. So for you, Nash, I would say all those big artists are going to be there. We'll have like a wonderful drink experience. You have your mixologists who will be showing you all these wonderful ways you've never enjoyed your drinks. Personally, I'm still learning. Despite my time in KBL, I'm still learning how to best have the best serve in my drinks. And the other thing we are trying to tell you is that this is also a moment for you to network and connect. So what better way for you to have fun and really thinking about your future on Monday or next year or next month, whatever it is that you want to look into.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe as we wind down, Robert,
Yes.
I want to take you back to the Road to Glen Eagles golf series. Maybe, I don't know if you're in a position to talk about whether that particular series is going to be going for another round once it's done, or the focus right now is just on the series getting completed first.
So yes, definitely, like every other organization, need to do something and take learnings. But for us guys, so far we've given commitment to give our full support till the end of the series. But then, based on the good response that we are getting right now, I don't see a problem in really going further with the series and doing another series and another series. Hopefully we can even loop in more people. I was hoping we can get to that point where we are being told, oh, now you guys need to tone down, because now the golfers are really on another level. And for us guys, that will be a definition of success, especially in golf, and where we are feeling like we have uncharted territories. And Kenya is really talented. I mean, athletes, football, everything. I mean, you have everything to get from Kenya.
Okay, finally, I'm curious.
No worries.
I'm curious.
You have all day.
I'm waiting to see. Is there a day that I'm going to see you on the golf course playing the game?
I haven't been very good with, if I just give a small story about myself, I was traditionally left-handed. I don't know what my mother did.
Yeah.
I became right-handed.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm confused. Am I using left or right?
Yeah.
So I haven't really been the best in aim, but my challenge this year is to actually start playing golf. And I think the next time we are having this discussion, Nash, you should be asking me for proof. We call it proof of concept. That you came and sold this to us, but then what are you doing for yourself? And that's my challenge this year. Not too late for a New Year resolution, right?
Yeah, it's not too late, but we're only 3 months in, so there's still time to, to follow up.
So give me another 3 or 6 months.
Sure, I'm going to follow it up.
Yes.
Thank you so much for making
Nash.
time.
And
Robert.
what's your commitment, Nash?
My commitment, actually, is I played golf, I think like last month.
Yes.
I was part of, I'm going to mention, I was part of the golf tour.
Amazing.
The Safaricom golf tour. So I played that day. Yeah. That was actually my first time playing.
Wow.
Yeah. But I love the experience. Now it got me thinking, I'm like, why can't I play it more consistently? Yeah, because I was playing with some guys there and they were like, you sure this is your first time? Which means there's potential, Yeah, so hopefully once you sharpen your skills and also sharpen my skills, we can probably go on the course and
fantastic,
engage in a game.
And so whoever is the winner will figure out what they need to do.
Definitely.
Thank
you so much, Robert.
Thank you so much, Nash. Truly appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me today. And I hope you'll still have me here another day.
Sure, definitely, anytime.
Yes.
So as I promised you, on this week's show, we are only going to be talking about matters golf. And that was Robert Shigoli, the shopper manager at Johnnie Walker. Keep following. We're going to be bringing you up to speed with what is going to be happening at the Kenya Magical Open Tournament.